Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Daily Crypto News, which is always myself, Mr. Vivin. Got my brother with me, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast. As you guys know, one of the admins over here at BigONE. And this is our little daily news segment that we like to kind of get together, pick a couple of news articles that we think may interest you guys, and let us know what you guys think about some of the articles we picked today. But before we get into anything, I'll let my brother take over and tell you a little bit about himself, and then we'll get going.
Yeah, for sure. Scott with BigONE, as well as Asia Blockchain Community. Just happy to be here, closing out the week on a Thursday. We've got one more day of the news tomorrow, and yeah, it's been a short week. It feels really short, so.
I was going to say the same thing. I think with the holiday, I think everything. I feel like the month kind of like flew by. You know, December came in. Now we're kind of like first part of December, right back into the first quarter. We're just wrapping up the first week, and I love it when the week ends on a Friday and it's like the first week and it's the 7th. Gives me good vibes. But I think the market's been kind of giving people an amazing accumulation zone over the last week or two. And I don't know how many people, probably had took profits, but, I think a lot of those people are starting to reinvest those profits and compounded interest on those profits. So definitely a great little accumulation zone to start, your dollar cost average right now. But without further ado, we'll jump right into the news. One of the articles that stood out to me today was from Cointelegraph. It was actually the first one I seen when I clicked on it. It was the headline was 139 million Terra proposal to bring awesome UST use cases to DeFi projects. So we know Luna's been like in a bullish, like kind of like a price discovery kind of zone right now, running around, hitting some nice all-time highs. But what this is going to do with look for Luna is Luna would or Terra would provide over 139 million in UST and Luna to several leading DeFi projects on the Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon for at least the next 6 months. So this looks like a good move that's kind of going to bridge these chains together, get those blockchains talking, that interoperability that we talk about. So I'm excited to see how this is going to play out on this one right here.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And my first article is this one, last updated January 6th, which is today. So this is funny. So we talked about this first one, and then he did this again. So while the recent plunge has put crypto community into a state of panic, one holder is taking advantage of the third largest Bitcoin whale, just bought the dip, putting his stack at over 121,000 Bitcoin. On January 4th, the whale's address added another 372 Bitcoin. Some was purchased for 17 million, 122, whichever. And then there was another follow-up to an even larger purchase from a day earlier when he bought 456 Bitcoin for an average of 46,363 each. The whale reacted with yet another purchase at the time, absorbing another 172 coins for 7.793 million. That's an average of 43,539. With over 121,396 Bitcoin, the whale holdings rival the infamous MicroStrategies, according to a tweet from Michael Saylor on December 30th. His company currently owns 124,391. So this guy owns 5 more Bitcoin than him. It's like he wanted to take the lead away from Michael Saylor in a way.
Maybe from MicroStrategy. What if it was Michael Saylor buying in on his personal wallet? He's like low-key buying up all the Bitcoin. That could be like a smart move. If he was, that would be interesting though. But it's good to see like the whale still supporting their project. Keeping it afloat. I think for these guys, we gotta understand like these guys probably got in. And right now, Scott, like if they're purchasing from Grayscale, like they're getting this Bitcoin at a significantly low rate. I know I was looking earlier, Ethereum on Grayscale was 2,300. And then I think Bitcoin was like maybe 31 or 34. So that, I mean, you got to think these guys could really scoop these up at large amounts and get a really good deal. And I think the report said they got them at 43, but even if they did, it's still like we were just talking about a great accumulation zone happening right now for some of the whales. But on to my next article. It's actually coming from Rutgers, and it reads: GameStop shares surge on plan to enter the NFT crypto markets. So today, before it closed, the video game retailer shares extended trading by 27%. So this was a big move for GameStop today. And what they did, they had pretty much came out with like this little phone booth, like phone booths for the office. It's something that they had came out with in it. And I guess that was going to be like a part of their NFT blockchain talk that they were talking about coming out with. So kind of interested to see what they're going to do with their NFTs and maybe creating some kind of like gaming, workshop, like gaming arcade type of ordeal. But definitely good to see GameStop getting bullish again. And I think, a lot of that punk audience of GameStop, I think, they started, kind of playing in the crypto as well. So I think that when it all comes back full play, GameStop and NFTs only make sense, right? And then seeing those users kind of, because we kind of believe the same things, on the shorts and the squeezes and, like things like that. So good to see like them having good news today, expanding their expanding their company into the NFT market.
It's amazing. And you think of that, they go back to the whole Robinhood purchasing thing, right? So it's kind of interesting that they're actually doing stuff with the money that they're holding from the investors.
Yeah, right? It's their liquidity pool, right? And like that and that's like their leader, So like GameStop is the leader, and they're trusting them to take the right steps to propel their future and their holders and their tokens.
And they're doing it. So kudos to
yeah.
I'm gonna listen to Konami. Excuse me. Enters the NFT scene with Castlevania NFTs. Konami has announced that it's auctioning a collection of non-fungible tokens to commemorate its Castlevania series. The offer will include 14 tokens featuring scenes from early Nintendo games, as well as an audio file and poster art. The auction will begin next week on January 12th, 2022. It does say the NFT collection includes scenes from various series entries on the NES and its Japanese equivalent, the Famicom. Other tokens in the collection feature original pixel art of Dracula's castle, poster art for the Game Boy Advance game Castlevania Circle of the Moon, and audio for the recurring music theme Vampire Killer. Unlike some non-fungible tokens from game companies, these NFTs will not have any in-game utility. They are merely commemorative collectibles marking the series' 35th anniversary. The auction begins at 5 p.m. EST on January 12th and will last for 4 hours. However, if some users are already making offers on the NFTs, which can be viewed on OpenSea, so people are already bidding on these NFTs before they're even released. Like, that's crazy.
I think they'll do well. I mean, it's commemorative item, right? These are like memories that some people grew up on. Maybe their parents grew up on. They got introduced to, and they want to take advantage of it. I think them having a open floor for pre-sale. I think I would take a look. I'm definitely gonna probably take a look into it and see what they got. and I think they would do the right thing if they were, if they, took in the liquidity from those collectibles. I think they would do the right thing. And it kind of leads me into my next one, from Coin Speaker, and the headline reads: Beatles inspired Fab Four gear times rare Skrilla collaboration. So FFG, Tom Skrilla will be donating 4% of 4% of the gross sales from this NFT collaborations to charity. So that's going to be amazing to see, the Beatles inspired like Fab Four Ethereum NFTs. It's going to be exciting. And some what they're talking about in here is Rare Skrilla is a high regarded OG artist in the NFT world. Although he is one of the artists widely known for contributions to the rare PP card series, Skrilla is also a successful DJ and producer. He's had his toes in the game long before Bitcoin's appearance. Interestingly, rare PPs are in high demand by collectors. And at Sotheby's Metaverse auction recently, and we talked about that, the rare PP NFT dubbed PP-nopolis 2016 fetched 3.6 mil in USD. Incredibly, the NFT of the cartoon frog beat out the rest of their competition by a considerably large margin. So we were kind of familiar with PP. We use him a lot in our Telegram groups, especially in Asia Blockcast. Lala's famous for her PP with the swinging arms, and I have a lot of favorites that I have, and this collection that they're going to come out with is going to be kind of like a Beatles looking, PP edition. He's the artist that created the PPs. So to see what he's going to create, kind of having the Beatles inspiration and Fab Four, Fab Four. So I think it's going to be a crazy collection. It's definitely going to be something I kind of pay a little bit of attention to, because I know like that frog always gives me good vibes. So I know that whatever he's going to create is going to be good vibes.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it will probably be expensive too, sooner or later.
It'll probably sell out fairly quickly. And then with them donating 4% of it to charity, I think that's super that's super big. And if they're going to give those proceeds to charity, and they said 100% of the 4% from it, which is their part in it. That's a good give back as well. So
yeah, definitely. That's amazing that they're doing that. And then my last article is on another company that was looking into NFTs and still are, but Sega will likely not introduce NFTs for play to earn if perceived as simple money making. The leadership at video game firm Sega Corporation's holding company has suggested that they may avoid non-fungible tokens in play-to-earn model games based on the response from users. In terms of NFT, we'd like to try out various experiments, and we've already started many different studies and considerations, but nothing is decided at this point regarding play-to-earn, said Sega. We will consider this further if this leads to our mission, constantly creating, forever captivating, but if it's perceived as simple money making, I would like to make a decision not to proceed. So he's not outright saying that he's not going to do it either. He's just like, if it's just seen as money making, we're not going to do it. But if there's a game that we think everybody's going to like and enjoy to play, what's against us making it a play to earn game?
Yeah, I think
is what he's trying to say. But
I think they like to kind of stumble, kind of like tread on eggshells in a sense, because with gaming, you're gonna see these big gaming companies kind of get into blockchain games, but they're gonna do it slow because they've taken the time, Scott, to go through the rigorous process of being, validated by governments to be, have their game in certain countries, and they go through all these procedures that they have to go through, to be able to, to be on the market. So to give I think when we talk about regulation, I think when these companies get involved, they're gonna bring a certain level of regulation with them when they come into this market.
Oh yeah.
Naturally, right? So I think, that's why when you hear Sega talk about it, they're going to tread lightly on it because they're going to see if the demand is where they want it to be at. And if it could, really, bring about some kind of more of a not mass adoption for them, but bring on onboard new users from crypto, or take their users into the crypto world. I think, they explore the possibility is what he's kind of saying. So I love that article right there. Like I was listening to a space earlier, and people were talking about gaming and what it was going to take on as far as like when these these big gaming corporations do come in, what kind of regulation they bring with them, because they have to play by the book to be on the stock exchanges and things like that, right? So it's kind of going to be interesting to see right now as Bitcoin's taking a dive down. I think some of these wells are going to, like kind of like Sega and some of the big corporations, they're going to kind of start exploring around on some of these gamified and these meta NFTs and metaverse type projects to see what they're building on, to see if it's something that they could attach their work to and take it to the next level. Because I think that's where we're going to see that collaboration on the back end when it comes as far as like, your Sandbox or Decentraland collaborating with, some of the big brains from like a PlayStation or a Sega, and seeing that kind of collaboration. And then they would be able to onboard massive brands pretty fast as well. So I think that's something to pay attention to. But without further ado, we'll jump into the last segment of the night, which is a look at TradingView. We'll go over the total crypto market cap. The total crypto market cap right now is at 1.97. This was kind of that area I told we were talking about a few weeks ago. I was excited to see that the market cap kind of get to. It's kind of healthy for us to go through this. If there's any kind of blow off the top, we have to induce volume, right? And we haven't had a lot of volume in the market. And so until we get the necessary volume to see this thing pump up, I think we're going to see more downward selling pressure by the wells to entice buyers. I mean, because at the end of the day, as long as people are selling and sitting their money on the stable, they're just waiting for the lowest price to get back in. So that's down 4% from yesterday. So I'm pretty sure Bitcoin dominance is still around the same percent, 40% Bitcoin dominance right now, which is actually a little higher than I would expect right now, but it's still really like fairly low in that 40% to 39% range is kind of like a comfort range for Bitcoin. And as some of these stable coins continue to pump, it's actually going to give a little bit of dominance back to Bitcoin. And Ethereum dominance right now is at 19.43. So it looked like Ethereum's kind of like bottoming out the Ethereum dominance right now. But I like for me, I love to see these two top coins kind of sit sideline a little bit, and allow some of the other markets to catch up, and let them go through maybe a mini bear because they've already proved their worth, they've already proved their height, and they've been on a run for a while. So I think we're going to see some interesting times over the next week, Scott, 2 weeks, going into the first 3-4 weeks of this, the first quarter. I think, we're going to see a little bit of stagnant and people kind of like stay sidelined and kind of keep an eye out. But either way, guys, make sure you tune in with us every day, Monday through Friday. We try to give you guys the latest on what we're thinking about. As always, make sure you click like, comment, subscribe down below, and also follow our links to our Twitter as well as our Telegram. But before we get out of here, you got anything you want to say to the people, Scott?
Oh, thank you for tuning in. I guess there is one thing they added on Twitter just recently, starting January 6th. They are doing another event. I believe I'll just go grab it really quickly. Sorry about this.
No problem. And then when was Light DeFi being listed on BigONE? Was that today?
Nope, but right away. I think I'd have to look.
6th or 7th?
On the 7th.
Oh, so tomorrow.
I guess it's the 7th in around different places.
Singapore.
Like in Asia or Singapore, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's probably today. I think it's today, or today on their time for sure.
Yeah. The big one though right now that I just was reading about earlier was a BigONE VIP membership, a special offer.
Nice.
Deposit to unlock VIP benefits. So they're going to be giving some better, different interest and fees for spot handling. And yeah, like depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, they're definitely doing some discounts as well. So definitely go to the Twitter, go check out the VIP membership special offers. And it's just something like if you're into spot trading, it's definitely something to look at and see.
Yeah, sounds like that you can get a good deal on the spot trading fees, and maybe kind of get some of those lessen and get some money back for spot trading using the VIP membership. And I know there's a couple tasks that you have to do to get that done. But yeah, definitely check it out. Go over there and check that out. I think I read a little bit about it earlier, but definitely gonna look more into it myself.
Yeah, definitely for sure. All right. Well, anyways, have a great day, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Till tomorrow. Peace.